How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Hanging in there.
You recovered?
All right, call this meeting to order at 5:30. If we could have the roll call, please.
All right, Kathy Mitchell,
I'm here.
Hannah Daniels,
Here.
Randy Neese here, Danny Buendia, absent, Paul Buckner.
Here.
Okay. Rick Kirkhab,
Here.
Natalie Pietzmeyer,
Here.
Sean Murphy,
Here.
and Paul Furness. Thank you. We have a quorum, Madam Chair.
Yeah, so I guess first thing, I think we need to knock this out, but it doesn't necessarily mean like whoever gets elected needs to take that position on tonight. But yeah, it's first thing with new year, new faces on the board. We'll go ahead and elect a new chair, vice chair, and secretary.
Okay.
And again, like doesn't mean that
Right.
if we get a new secretary, somebody else is taking notes tonight. I think we can finish out.
We'll
the
continue
org
this,
chart.
through this meeting. The chair will recognize nominations from the floor. Hi, Danny.
It's okay.
I recognize Kathy Mitchell,
For the chair.
and I nominate Rick Kirkhab for chair. Is there a second?
I second that nomination.
All those who agree?
Aye.
Say aye, okay. We will vote. All those in favor of
Well, that was
Rick Kirkhab for chair? You guys did this to me, I can do it to you. All
I
those,
remember campaigning for it.
didn't spend a nickel. All those in favor of Rick Kirkhab for chair, raise your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those opposed, nay.
Does he accept?
Yes.
Yay.
Anyway, thank you. Yes.
All
I
right,
appreciate
the
it.
floor is open for further nominations for vice chair.
I nominate Dan.
Danny. Danny Buendia is nominated for vice chair. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Danny is now vice chair. Okay, we are recognize nominations from the floor for secretary.
Crickets.
Randy Neese. Nominate Randy Neese.
I'd second that.
Third.
All those in favor of Randy for secretary, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Those opposed, raise your hand or say nay.
Only if he's opposed.
Okay, I think we're. No,
Yes.
You've been excellent. I really appreciate your attention to detail. It's been excellent. Okay. Approval of minutes from the September 2025 meeting. Any corrections? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Motion here from Danny to approve the minutes. All in favor? Aye, raise your hand. Those opposed? You're looking questionable. What you want to do?
We could jump back. It doesn't matter if we
What?
go forward there, but having new members, yeah, I wanted to do a little introduction. I think, yeah. But
Or the introduction?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, our two new members, Paul and Natalie. Yeah, thank you for applying and welcome to the tree advisory committee. So basically, this is I'm the town forester, and this is a advisory committee to the town forester and the town forestry department. Everybody here is town citizens and all that, and they come from varying backgrounds, all equally valuable in giving me insight into kind of tackling all of the town's forestry problems and day-to-day kind of stuff. So I took over as town forester about 4 years ago, and I've been serving with this committee for a while. And honestly, we kind of a little bit of the past forester, they were dealing heavily with preparing the town for emerald ash borer and kind of just other park projects that came up. And when it transitioned to me, I think with insight from the tree advisory at the time, we wanted to do more in reaching Berthoud, the town code states that the adjacent property owner is responsible for their adjacent street trees. And so, honestly, the right-of-way trees absolutely dwarf the amount of town trees. So, and being that the forestry department's pretty capable of taking care of the small amount of town trees, we saw a big need to reach out with education and just, helping people understand that it is their responsibility. What can we do to help and inform and teach and all that? And so we came up with basically a good outreach strategy to reach the whole town, different methods of outreach and different channels and all that, different messaging. And I feel like we've been really successful. So we're kind of steaming ahead with that, especially with new things on the horizon. And I think maybe it'd be worth visiting next time. Maybe I'll get some input from you guys, but either we could do it next meeting or in January. But I could bring up kind of like we did last January, where we bring up our old outreach kind of pie slice and see, or it wasn't just outreach; it was all actionable items, and see where we're at, what we'd like to strengthen.
And we did kind of a calendar, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we also set up the year for, what we'd like to talk about this year, where it's going to fit in with our 12 meetings, and kind of proceed from there. So we could do that next meeting, or like I said, maybe just start 2026 with, good agenda and where we'd like to go. So.
Next meeting sounds good.
Okay, we can do that next week. But yeah, otherwise, I can kind of open it up for maybe introductions from the new members, and then kind of some introductions from our current sitting members, kind of get you acquainted. So, Natalie, would you like to start?
Sure, yep. I'm Natalie Pietzmeyer. I am a 30-year, retired 30-year science teacher from the Cherry Creek School District. I've lived in Colorado since 1977. After I retired, I took a very short detour out into Kansas and was a park ranger at a National Historic Site, and returned here to Colorado back in June. So I've lived in Berthoud for about 4 months, and I see this as my retirement home. My educational background is in biology, with advanced degrees in curriculum and instruction, as well as equity in education. That I'm very passionate about that, and I think with regards to natural resources, I'm interested in equitable access, just thinking about ways to engage diverse community members to interact with our resources. Currently, I'm doing a little bit of subbing with the Thompson School District. In addition to volunteering here, I volunteer at the gardens on Spring Creek and help out, at least at this point, with events, as well as school field trips and the Butterfly House. So that would be the basics about myself.
Okay, I'm Paul. I've been in Berthoud for a little over 3 years now. I work as an archaeologist, doing sort of like historic preservation, resource management type work. So I have an interest in how to like manage diverse resources in different situations. So that is one thing that drew me to the tree committee. Also just thinking about the urban forest, not only as a natural resource, but as a heritage resource, especially in the historic parts of town. And yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, sure, I can jump in. I'm originally from Minnesota, went to school in North Dakota for architecture, landscape architecture, and natural resource management. Ended up working with the Park Service and Forest Service out here, and met my wife up in Rocky Mountain National Park, and decided to come out here after school and I've been living in Berthoud now, I want to say 13 years now. But got involved on Planning Commission initially in 2018, and I was elected to the board in 2022, and have been serving as mayor pro tem since 2024. And I've been on tree committee since then. I've been the liaison here, and at least for me, but I think for most of the board, it's really important for all of us to empower our committees. So this is very much your committee to make it what you see fit for the community's benefit. And I'm just here to help you guys out. So any decisions that you make, any help that you request, I will try and help you out. Paul is the expert over here, so you can definitely direct all the good questions to him. But I'm happy to be here. So thank you.
Rick Kirkhab, let's see, I've been on the board for 2 years, just got reelected for the upcoming 2 years. Thoroughly enjoy it. Grew up in Colorado. Have been in Berthoud for about 3.5 years, something like that. And background is landscape contracting, mostly commercial landscape contracting for about 45 years. Nursery work in there, irrigation, kind of everything involved with landscape construction and or maintenance. Have a particular interest in landscape trees, especially in landscape plants. Kind of fascinated by them all the time. Anyway, and I, again, enjoy being on the committee and getting information from the people here who are really knowledgeable in what they do, and it's great to interact with them.
So I'm Randy Neese. I think I've been here about as long as Paul has, 'cause I came in about the same time. And so I had a career in construction management for 42 years. And when my wife and I finally retired, we planned on coming back here to Colorado. And just happened to find the right house in Berthoud as opposed to Timnath or Fort Collins. So here we are. Kind of joined the committee just to learn more about trees and start giving back to the community. Because in my past job, I had moved around so much and working 14-hour days, just didn't have a lot of time to dedicate to anybody or anything else. So just feel it's my time to give back.
Kathy Mitchell, moved to Berthoud in 2019, although I went to grad school at UC Boulder, got my MBA, and worked in Denver in the cable television internet business for about 15 years. Moved out of state to do the same. Moved back because I love it here. And I'd never been in Berthoud until my son and I were driving around. We're looking for a public restroom. And we stopped in Berthoud, which neither of us had ever stopped in. And went into Hayes to use the public restroom. I said, "Oh, this is a nice grocery store." And so he said, "Well, let's get a cup of coffee." So we went over to Rise. Well, we go, "Well, this is a really nice coffee place." So I said, "Mom, let's go find the Chamber of Commerce." And so we did, and it was open. And the woman said, "I know just the realtor for you." So that's how I ended up in Berthoud. And I've been here, as I said, since for like almost 6 years. And I'm a master gardener. I was a master gardener in Pennsylvania. And I'm a master gardener here in Colorado for Larimer County. I'm also on the Larimer County Tree Team, which is where my interest really came to the Tree Advisory Committee, because we get a whole lot of extra education, including a lot of diagnostical kind of education about, and we do at-home tree team visits for $25. You get 3 of us for an hour, and so I've been doing that for 4 years. But yeah, I just really love gardening. I love trees, so it's a great thing for me.
Danny Windia. I already know Paul here, so
Cool.
probably won't be talking to you too much right now. But I'm originally from the Mojave, from the Southwest. I ran an organic vegetable farm and a meat farm in the Northeast, where I worked with the state forester and did a lot of current use logging and land preservation for those purposes. Was president of a permaculture nonprofit where we did a lot of outreach and mesquite growth for neighborhoods. And I'm a civil engineer, and I also work as an engineer for the town. And I've been in Berthoud for about a year and a half.
And his wife's in vet school.
Yep, yeah, that's how we found it. I was working in Boulder, and she was applying at CSU, and we thought, hey, what's right in the middle? Found Berthoud and never looked back.
Well, I'm Hannah. I'm how I got on the committee is I'm an avid gardener. I love trees. I love gardening, and I don't have like an educational or like professional background in trees, but I'm really interested in it, and I care a lot about it, and I want to invest in our community. My background is in healthcare management of all things. I'm a director down at CU Anschutz, but I live here, and I love living here. And my interest was not only in just wanting to be more involved in the community and get to know more people, but also I'm really interested in emergency preparation and sustainability. I'm also part of an HOA, so I'm invested in that regard. Yeah, it's nice to meet you all, and the main thing is I enjoy getting to learn more from you all.
And yeah, I mean, I'm Paul. I'm town forester. Like I said, I think I got in with the town early 2022. I need to look.
It's been so long.
But
Go back.
I've been my background's in horticulture. I've got a degree from CSU in horticulture. I've been working in horticulture related fields since 2015. Really, got the spark there to pursue a career in it, and I mean, patched together 10 years of a lot of different experience. Actually, I worked a lot in greenhouses. Starting out, I really loved working in greenhouses, but kind of around 2020, I switched gears into arboriculture, and it was a lot more accommodating and career based. So I kind of switched gears, got my ISA certification, and haven't really looked back. So and then took over after the last forester when he left, and
And you've done some amazing things with the trees in town. Thank you.
So,
but yeah, that's kind of my.
so for the record, Paul, April 18th, 2022.
This is why he's
Oh, okay.
secretary.
Yeah. So that was the last meeting that Josh Embry was here.
Yeah. Okay. So it was that January that year. And then some things kind of jogged my memory, but yeah, like I said, we deal with a lot of what we've been dealing with is education and outreach. But other things going on is we've had input on new park projects and kind of revisiting some town codes that are actually codified in the town code. Kind of. We worked on or we revisited like the prohibited street tree list, which is a reference point in the town code. So, some things we do here do make like lasting impressions in the community. So, we're not just here to, talk about going to talk to schools and talk at events. Like we do stuff here that, will reflect Berthoud for.
And we have on our plate an arboretum.
Yeah, and we're
Which is
talking
a
about the
huge
arboretum,
project.
so that is looking pretty good. It's actually wrapping up. Your predecessors here got a lot of fun in it, reviewing the plans and the plant lists and all that stuff. We might be able to bring it back. It's at 90% construction documents right now, so but one of the last things to review is landscaping. So I might bring it back, and there's a possibility. Still on the table, but there might be a possibility we do it in phases. So I might work with y'all on a like phased planting list. So kind of revisiting the varieties they gave us and maybe seeing which ones might be good as kind of like
Oh,
Yeah.
welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
Um,
welcome.
not only for learning about our new members, but I'm reminded from all the old members, it's like, you know, it's exactly what your expertise is and your background and all that. So it's awesome to have you all here.
All right, we'll move on to public comment and non-agenda items.
I guess I could bring up a couple here. I always remember stuff. It, as I was kind of working through the calendar, some dates became apparent. So we meet the third Monday of each month. I was looking forward into January and February. Both the federal holidays in those months land on the third Monday of each month.
Oh,
So,
wonderful.
we could just scoot them back or call them. Honestly, in the time I've been here, the tree advisory has never missed a month. So it's up to you guys. But if we do want to like scoot them back,
When would that be?
we could scoot them back like a month, or not a month,
A week.
And I'll just have to double check with Christian.
Okay, you wanna just shoot out an email and just
Yeah.
change those dates?
Does that work for?
Yeah.
Well,
But
are you
I'll double check with Christian just to make sure this room isn't being used on those days.
are you saying move them forward to the 12th or move them back to the 26th?
I think back.
Because that's what we did this
Okay.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm assuming.
And
it-
the 26th and 23rd,
Yeah.
okay.
Is it possible to get a different day, or is everything booked up? Or is that just too hard to do?
That week too as well. I think the third week. The only thing we might have going on down here is board meetings.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I'll have to double check. But I'll send out some possibilities and maybe get your feedback. It's obviously a couple months out.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll hammer out a couple alternative dates and then bring them back next week and talk about that.
Or we have an on-site meeting in January. It's the perfect time.
Oh, okay.
What?
What do you mean on-site meeting?
Oh, like
Outdoors in the park.
yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Let us know how that goes, Dan.
I think
Yeah.
January's the coldest month.
Any seconds?
He's drunk with power already.
And I guess my next note I'll bring up in one of the discussion items. But yeah, I was just looking forward, and I think those were the only conflicts throughout 2026. So I just thought I'd bring them up.
Do we have an Arbor Day for 26 yet? Or
That
no?
was my other thing I was going to bring up.
I was gonna
Since
say.
we asked,
Let's
yeah,
do it.
since we're putting together this calendar, we really missed the opportunity. So what we did last year, we have an Arbor Day poster contest that we send out to the elementary schools. It's available for third, fourth, and fifth graders to submit a drawing. And in the previous years, before 2024, we at most got like 1 to 3 applications or 1 to 3 drawings per year. And then we did a little bit of outreach. I got into the schools to do like a little Arbor Day presentation in 2024, and we got our submissions exploded. We got like 230 or something.
Something crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, in 2024, so we had tons to choose from. We thought the best thing to do, kind of piggybacking off of Windsor, was to create this calendar. And so we did that last year. They flew off the shelf. I think like it was very well received.
Oh, yeah.
And we also saw it as a way to kind of fit in like kind of tree care tips as well, and put in important like tree related dates. But I think one thing we really missed in that calendar was setting the Berthoud Arbor Day celebration in that calendar. It's always kind of, I like to try to plan it based on the weather we're getting, but you but we have traditionally done it the last Saturday in April. So that would be April 25th next year. Last Saturday in April. I was just thinking sticking that on the calendar. And I mean, we've done an Arbor Day with it downpouring rain. So
And snow and wind. And
yeah, we.
April.
Happy trees.
but last year was beautiful. And we planted all those
it
trees.
ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
So like we've gotten some beautiful years, and then
We had a great response last year.
yeah. So that was the day I was thinking about setting on the calendar. I mean, we'll have like National Arbor Day, Colorado's Observe Arbor Day, and then Berthoud's Arbor Day on the calendar.
Oh, and really like to do the science fair again. And
I got
so let's think ahead about that one too. So
yeah, I got
prep.
an email about that actually just today.
Oh, okay.
It's January 29th.
Ah.
So
So that's not that far away.
I know. Yeah, I might talk to you, Natalie.
Yeah, no, we've got a science teacher here.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, I tried. Was it last January?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was? Okay.
And you had a screen with something very scientific, but all the kids wanted to do hands-on,
Yeah.
which was very apparent.
So yeah, we brought some like hands-on plant-related, tree-related topics, and
They
was-
loved that.
Yeah, it went pretty well, but like I think this time we like more like hands-on,
We need more stuff.
demonstrate, like see with your own eyes kind of thing. I made like 6 different PowerPoints for all these things that was going on, but it was so fast and furious, and kids were in and out that it's just better to have something for them to like play with, set up and do and see right in front of their eyes that really
And the parents like that too.
really drew them in.
So you're saying that you set up the activities and the experiments. The kids are not designing their own experiments
not
to
really.
enter into a
And-
science fair.
And it's an open house, so the kids and parents are just like flowing in and out of the room. And you don't know. You might have 30 at one, and then you might have like 2 the next minute. So it goes for the whole evening, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd love to see what you did last year. If you have that on a file somewhere, and then I can look at maybe additional ideas of expanding topics.
If anybody else has any ideas, please throw them out. They love the coconut.
It's not even a tree.
Well, it's the seed of a tree.
It's a grass.
A coconut?
Palm.
Oops. Well, we didn't tell the kids that.
Well, it was more just seeds. It wasn't all tree related.
Right. Yeah.
It was all plant stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried to show them
It was.
with the paper towels the cohesion and adhesion, how plants move water. So we just had like paper towel strips where they could dip in the water and watch the water.
They had fun with that.
Yeah, they saw markers and they went right to that table and started coloring away before we even told them what to do. Great.
Okay. Just don't forget about that.
So yeah, I'll bring that up closer to January. So yeah, we can, if there's anything else for public comment, I'm good there.
One thing that came up at Oktoberfest was I was approached by a couple people who said, "Are there any volunteer opportunities on the tree advisory committee?" So we should actually create some if people are asking for them. I'm thinking it's like if people are looking for that opportunity, how could we involve some volunteers or just some people involved in some of the activities? That's
What
the only
about,
thought I had.
Arbor Day.
Well, they
Groups
just did a
to
bulb,
plant. That's
like a
basically
big
what
bulb
happened in-
planting. I'm sure that you could do something similar, but like with a project that you need done, where hands might be helpful.
Well, and I know we brought it up, and I remember you bringing it up
Danny.
either in the last or the week, month before, but some cool citizen science like efforts. I think they're, and like I said, we talked about it in the past. It's just some way to vet the data that they're collecting to make sure it's accurate,
Yeah.
or like maybe it's just a select group that can be trusted, like
Yeah.
all that stuff. Because we talked about opening up our town's tree inventory and like allowing people to update it, but then it's just
You need
like,
some training. It needs to be validated.
Yeah.
I mean, at most you just need to measure the DBH, but that would just be like telling, okay, this is where you put the tape to measure the DBH. Like,
And I think no matter what, before anything's published, like I don't know if you're merging onto RGIS or
I don't know.
maybe that's part of the other
Yeah, I
conversation.
kind of like the idea of like having two tree inventories. Because I think you can like export back and forth. So like I could like use that as kind of like the like messy, data collection thing, and then take what I need, and if I can clean it up and move it back over to CoTree,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, as long as we have like one gospel.
Exactly. But yeah, I think citizen science is great, but we'd have to think of like ways that can be like confirmed or like the information like verified, and then also something that like volunteers could easily pick up and do, like
To be useful and yet
and useful exactly as well.
kind of like science based.
Well, yeah, and that we're actually getting like useful,
Good
like
information.
useful data out of it.
Yeah, and also as a general like data gathering, information, we would have really good scientific method and instructions on it.
Are there photos in the inventory?
No, but
Can you do
well,
that?
I think we can.
I wonder if that's your quality measure. Like, people collect things, send a picture,
Mm-hmm.
because then you can. Because tree identification is really hard.
Well, see if you're on RGIS, you can.
I think a picture would be cool because it is kind of weird just scrolling over something and not knowing. Like, I think that's like the next level of education with this, because then you can look at it. But
I'll see if that's a possibility here. Otherwise, we know on our other tree inventory possibility. Oh, yeah, we can upload photos. Well,
because if you're like scoping out a tree, you're like, "That's pretty. I want to know what that is." Like, that's what I do around town, and then I pull it up on the tree inventory.
Yeah.
But there's not a photo. I just have already seen it.
yeah.
And that's where people could help, because anyone could take a picture, and they don't necessarily need to know like the genus or the species. We're low key.
I mean, that's kind of like the first step in Emerald Ash Borer. I think
True.
for most people, it's just like knowing if they have an ash tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not, you're getting ahead of them. You're like, okay, here it is. Here's the treatments you need to do and all that stuff. And they might be like, well, I don't know if I have one. So like, that's been something is something I'm thinking about, like the Emerald Ash Borer part of the Berthoud Forestry really needs a rework now that it is here, and I might get you guys' input on all the steps we should take to just make that like a one-stop shop, get all the info you need. I don't know, if you can't find the info on the website, maybe there's links that'll basically find any question to any answer you have. Just visit that. So.
Yeah, and maybe also on our website, this just popped in my head, putting in the distinctions of probably like what we're doing versus like when Excel was doing all of that work.
Yeah.
Like we got a million calls and people were shouting out about the town cutting down their trees. And,
Yeah.
that just wasn't the case.
Did you get more of those calls?
I got a lot of those calls too.
surprisingly only got one.
Oh yeah, no.
He got it.
I got at least 5. Yeah.
I know, and yep, it was exactly that. The town was coming through like, yeah, and that was like something I thought about bringing up, but I didn't even know if there's much we can do. I mean, it's utilities. Companies need to be able to clear around their utilities. Like, yeah, they're cutting trees, but I really don't think I could step in and say anything. So it's gotta happen. It's a safety thing too. So like, I could say you can't cut this tree, but what happens if it arcs and starts on fire or something, or falls over and starts a fire there. Yeah, I thought about bringing that up or saying something about it, but honestly, I didn't think there was anything actionable at the end of the day.
Where was that at? Where the tree was cut?
All over town. Excel's
Oh.
been anywhere you see the right tree company.
Okay.
WRIGHT.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. So exactly. So like, you just we could put out like a Facebook post or something like have Stephanie just notify like, hey, you see a truck with green and white? Talk to them.
Yeah.
They're trying to do their
It's
best
not the
to
town,
protect
yeah.
you
Yeah.
and like and if you do have issues or you're concerned about trees, then let us know about those other things.
Call Danny.
No, not me. I'll just send you over to Paul.
Well, I mean, and at the end of the day, yeah, they butchered some trees, and they have like limits that they have to be away from the whatever voltage line it is. But like,
Right.
you know, for what clearance they had to make, the cuts they were making were actually right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they weren't just like 5 feet away,
Yeah.
right through the middle of a branch. So, I think the one call I had, I just reiterated that like these people still are arborists. They're not just like coming through and hacking. Like they're still making proper cuts where they need to and all that.
In this attempt to create a safe situation.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. In hindsight, I think I haven't seen them in a while, but maybe they're already done.
Yeah, I think last week was there.
But in hindsight, that would.
Any other public comment, non-agenda
Yeah,
items?
one question. How far along has the town advanced with your notifying HOAs and metro districts about the need to replace their right-of-way trees when they're found dead?
So me being the code enforcement department, and we kind of went through more directed at public space, public area trees in metro districts and HOAs. We actually got pretty good feedback from them, and we're actually already seeing some of these communities like replanting trees. But that was just community, kind of like not designated to a private, resident or anything. It was like a community area where they could. Again, I think getting to making the homeowner replace a tree in a right of way, that's been something that has been debated here in town on if the town can actually do something like that and what the repercussions would be and all that. So I think that's kind of still being talked about if the town wants to pursue something like that.
Yeah, because I happened to stumble across on Nextdoor. It looked like a group was starting to assemble some protest against the taking care of the right-of-way trees. I wished I'd kept that location. I might be able to find it again, but I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
I saw something on the Berthoud community Facebook page.
Okay.
That was like a similar effort. More like, I wouldn't say protest as much as like trying to see if the forestry department would take over care of right-of-way trees, which in and of itself is a sticky situation. I don't know. I think what we have been doing with the approach of educating, offering other resources, like being able to point in the direction of like services and nurseries and all that stuff has been, maybe the best we can do right now. So.
I think you're also doing a good job with them starting out right, like by doing like the builder surveillance and or surveillance isn't the right word, but you know what I mean, like making sure the trees are planted right in the first place, because I think that's a big gripe for most people is they inherited these trees and now they're responsible for them. So I think we've been doing better there. Do you know if we have ash? Sorry, I interrupted you twice. Do we have ash on the public right of way? Like, are there any ash on the public right of way trees?
As in, like prohibited to be planted?
No. Do we currently have any ash that are public right of ways that haven't been treated?
Yeah, so I can talk about that too.
Maybe we're going there, and I'll wait.
I'll go a bit on Emerald Ash Forest.
Okay. Well,
Um,
sorry.
That's sort of like the next
go ahead,
item
Rick.
anyway, so go for it.
Yeah, well,
I was just gonna ask if you were still gonna pursue the cost share program for that, or right-of-way tree replacement?
Right now, I don't know. It'd be interesting to lump it all together as a replacement. I think the most traction I've gotten on a cost share is tree planting. So replacement might entail the removal, which is also another
Oh,
big,
I see. Yeah.
you know, like a
Yeah,
big
hard
cost.
stomach.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
huge.
The replacements for some of these mature trees is well gonna outcost cost of a new tree. So, and I know that's like a tough thing for most homeowners to be able to undergo. So, but right now it's just like a tree planting cost share. And budget talks are coming up for 2026, and I've got a idea for like at least an initial starting amount. My higher ups are still reviewing my kind of document for the criteria and how they'll get reimbursed and all that stuff. So I think that's almost polished, and it's kind of up to kind of the town administrator and higher ups on if they want us to set aside X amount of dollars to share the cost of replanting trees for 2026, maybe kicking off this program.
Mhm.
So, but I've also pitched other programs, not just for planting, but for pruning, removals. We might reopen a EAB cost share program as well. So, yeah, it's just what direction the budget takes us and the town administration wants to go.
So you're looking at cost share just for replanting the tree.
Yeah. And
That could even work for those large trees, just they're on their own for their removal, but then cost share for replacement.
I think it's the least we can do. And then also for the fact of like, maybe some of these people in neighborhoods where, they move into a house where the tree's already half dead, the least the town could do is maybe help out instead of just breathing down their neck about, a half dead tree, or having that HOA breathing down their neck about it. We've always tried to lead with the carrot, not the stick. So I think as many, ways we can think of like soft approaches rather than just strictly enforcement, I'm a little more.
I would really support like the pruning cost share because so many trees come down because they need pruning, don't get it,
And
I
then
think
they're
that's like
vulnerable, yeah.
yeah. So it's like where money's spent, like that would go far.
I mean, a little. Go ahead, Sean.
Oh, I was just going to remind the committee that if you feel strongly about any of the kind of things discussed by Paul or by you as committee members, you can always make motions as a committee in support of such a program.
Oh,
So, just as a reminder,
to go to the town board.
well, I will do my best to carry forth those motions at the board level.
Oh, you're the one. If you get
Yeah,
So-
I think a more narrow focused like proposal too. Whether it's like for EAB, like a replacement program for like street trees, that are like, I think having it narrow might allow us to be more successful with it. And then we could expand from there. But like, I almost wonder if like starting small might be good versus like all dead trees. But like EAB is a thing right now. But like if there are, that's why I was asking if there are street trees that are ash, because I think that could be a good starting point, and that would probably lead to education for
I
private trees.
think with all these programs, if there's a pilot year, it's going to be like out of my budget items that are already allocated for those services here in town. So for like tree planting, I get I think it's like 20,000 for just buying new trees, and we're going to try to open that up to allocate 10,000 of that 20 to this cost share program. So like maybe up until a certain point, if we do a cutoff point, the rest will just be for the town to plant. But otherwise, it'll be like a sharing. And I've theorized that with the pruning, I get 40,000 for tree maintenance, and honestly, there would be
Yeah.
certain years where I don't have park prunings planned that, you know, maybe some of that money gets put to a cost share. Put that out there as like,
Okay,
it's not increasing the forestry budget, it's more just offering it up to
Sure.
share to the community. And then EAB, I've got some ideas of how we could reduce our spending, and if that budget doesn't change, we have 45,000 a year for EAB, the treatments we're doing now. I have an idea of how we can spread that out a little further, and the leftover, if that budget doesn't get changed, we could offer that up as cost share.
good, because I know people have approached me saying, I've got 6 green ash
Yeah, I
trees in
think
my
we focus our efforts
yard,
there.
and that's a lot to treat.
Yeah.
And all these are great with like maybe a pilot year to figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, maybe there's a disconnect between like if people actually know about the program or if people need it this year. You know, all sorts of things lead into that. But I know from a little background, there used to be an EAB cost share program, a treatment cost share program. This was from Josh, the previous forester. And I was able to find his records from that program. Granted, EAB wasn't in Berthoud, it wasn't swatted here or anything like that, but the program only saw like, honestly less than 10 people.
But don't you think there's a lot more visibility?
I would think so now, for sure. Maybe then people were just hedging their bets on like, yeah, it's not going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't just as in the face
Yeah, exactly.
as it is now?
And Paul's just much better at outreach anyway. Everybody knows that.
Well, it was
He
on
is there.
one of the local news channels, I think I
Yeah.
saw.
Huh?
There was an article about it on one of the local news channels.
Well, you were interviewed, right?
Yeah.
He was on the like the front
Newspaper.
page. Yeah.
Yeah, Berthoud surveyor, Reporter Herald, Lynn sent me something where that Reporter Herald made it to the Denver Post, and then I was also on that news. Little snippets.
So a celebrity.
Yeah. I don't mind the interviews, but I'm always
I think this
But
is an
it-
opportunity though, because like I think people when trees are like at risk, like they appreciate them more. So it's an opportunity.
But, well, like Kathy said, that there's more awareness of it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Probably get a better response than before.
I mean, not to cash in on it, but yeah, I think we lean into that.
Oh,
this
I
year,
agree.
Because, I mean, it is here. It is the moment we've all been waiting for, and maybe get a little grim with it, with the straight facts. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
it's
your-
not hard. It's
Your untreated ash can be dead in 2 years. If it's, just saying.
So you're gonna dress up as an emerald ash borer for Halloween and just like go to everybody's house and paint their tree? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or just stand on a corner and like hold a sign. Like, we're coming.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
outreach right there.
Yeah.
Paul got arrested.
a funny symptom or like side effect of our EAB treatments around town is they all get sashes. And like I said, that's in the contract for a reason because not only does it give the contractor's name and number as
sure.
you know, just a jumping off for getting a quote on
I've gotten a
treatment.
lot of questions about those red sashes.
Yeah.
They're going to cut that tree down?
Yeah, well, that's more of the
Yes.
questions we get. is
Everyone.
I think people see, they drive through town and they
We should
see
do a pruning.
so many trees with a red sash and they think they're all going to get cut down. And it's like, well, imagine if they did.
Yeah.
So like it was in the program initially, like intentionally. I think it's a great thing that it raises
It's very
awareness.
eye-catching.
Every time you prune a tree, you should put a little sash or something on there.
Oh,
Or like
yeah, a little blue sash or something.
I can
No,
even
for-
see like pruning companies or whatever. Like that would be like a good advertising. Like if you had like a town day where you sponsored certain trees, you guys paid for them, but that could be like their incentive to do it is like advertising for all the private trees
We could
potentially.
have them sponsor healthy
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
Anything else
Yeah.
on EAB?
Yeah.
Oh man, this was
that-
this was a transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Say
Well,
primer.
that we
so
If we
far.
were there, I figured
yeah.
where you
Was
want to
that
go with
just,
this.
So yeah, if you didn't happen to catch any of the articles or talk to me at Oktoberfest, we did get a confirmed case. It was brought to attention by a local tree care company that was giving a quote on a removal of the tree. I don't want to say exactly what resident it was because I just have been, I don't want to draw
That's
attention
okay.
to this person. But it was in this area of Berthoud. Right here.
It was the town.
Yeah,
right
here.
The resident.
It was in the north part of town. And the tree contractor saw exit holes on the trunk, which kind of indicate the kind of far along
Yeah.
infestation. And I was able to be there while they were removing it with the property owner's blessing. That I was able to collect samples, took them up to CSU to get an official confirmation from an entomologist up at CSU, and that is what the Colorado State Forest Service really needs to make the confirmation. So after that, they made the confirmation. That's when it all went public. They asked that I don't, put anything out there until it was an official confirmation. So the Colorado State Forest Service had been working with me, giving me information, connecting me to other towns and all that stuff. It's actually been invaluable to kind of tread in these new waters as EABs here. But a lot of other communities have already been through it, so they've just been opening up those channels of communication. It's been great. If you guys are interested, I've got feedback from the town forester of Berthoud,
Wait.
Boulder, kind of from the get-go. The forester from CU, I think Brighton, yep, and then Westminster. Some of those Denver suburbs also share their experience, and it's been interesting just hearing how each community approached it, because definitely some of these communities, especially like Boulder, is a much larger tree canopy, much more ash, and not enough money to take care of all of them. So some communities have taken the approach of treating kind of like Berthoud, but only like a select group and spreading out their treatment rotations. And other towns have just opted in for removals and are just cutting down ash trees as their budget allows, but just removing. So there's a lot of schools of thought for EAB once it reaches your community is you can treat and protect them, you can start removing them, or you can kind of do a hybrid of figuring out which ones aren't really that good, and we'll remove them and treat the good ones, and like with all trees, they're especially our mature ash, they're getting old, and they're not going to be here forever, EAB or not. So there is merit to honestly talking to people about removing their ash tree. If I have seen some street tree work permits come through with kind of ash removal, and it's like, I mean, it is a nice tree, but it is an ash tree. It will be constantly under threat, and it will constantly need treatment, and all these things. And honestly, I was like, if you're gonna replant it, I'm okay with it, because that is a valid approach to managing Earl ash borer. It's just kind of getting these ash out of the way and planting another variety that's not susceptible. So
Could I ask, Paul, when you go and talk with folks, are you kind of discriminating on basically the quality of the tree and the age and stuff?
a
Whether
little
you
bit.
give that out? Okay.
Yeah. Well, and a big thing, so a little background into our treatment program that we do. So the budget started at like 40, it got bumped up to 45, which is enough to cover both rotations.
Hmm.
But we still had prerequisites that the tree meet a certain condition to treat. We played with the lower end of treatments, kind of like down to like industry agreed upon, like smallest DBH that you can actually inject.
Mhm.
Past a certain size, you have to actually do a soil drench, which we didn't really want to get into.
Sure.
That's tough.
Yeah, just injecting is all we want to deal with. So we played with the floor a little bit to make as many trees as we can fit into our system.
Okay.
But then we also have we grade each tree based on its condition.
Mhm.
So if it's in very poor shape, it gets a C grading, and it is most likely not going to be treated.
Mhm.
There's a B grading where it's like, given the numbers and like given what we get quoted for the years, the B's are most likely going to be included, but
Mhm.
given what we get with quotes and prices and all that stuff, they might be not chosen. I will say that most of the trees in both rotations get an A grading. They are
Mhm.
worth saving. But yes, there are some trees in both rotations that are not getting treated because they are in very poor shape, and it's not even a question of like, hey, this tree looks ugly, we're not going to treat it. It's actually these treatments, how they are administered to the trees and taken up by the trees.
Hmm.
If the tree's in such poor health,
It won't even.
it won't take
be
it up,
effective.
and it's
Yeah.
a waste of the applicator's time on such a big project.
Okay.
They're trying to be quick with it, and yeah, the tree might literally not take up the treatment, and so that's also taken into account.
Thank
And,
you.
yeah, no problem.
Go.
But and that's a good segue into another part of my program where I do have these B's and C's treatment or untreated ash trees. But I think it's worth going around to each one of those residents and talking to them and telling them that their tree was not treated under the town's program. Give them the reason why, and let them choose if they want to take over. Maybe get the tree a prune, or start watering it a little better. And if they want to turn the tree's health around, it might go up in grade. But otherwise, if there's no turnaround in these trees, they're not going to be treated, and quite frankly, they're probably going to be a little bit of holes in our treatment, our protection net that we're trying to spread over Berthoud. So instead of just those homeowners being none the wiser to their tree not being treated. I think most people, when they see all the sashes and if they even do notice the sashes, might not notice that maybe one of their trees got treated, but maybe the one next to it didn't. Maybe they just thought the sash fell off. Our
Or it wasn't an
notices-
ash. Or it wasn't an ash.
or it wasn't an ash. But our door hangers we do for each rotation, we hand it out to each residence that has an ash tree, but we don't say, it's only if they're going to have a treatment done. We don't say this one is, but this one isn't. So there's a little, I think, notifying certain residences that you have got an unprotected ash on your property. That's one thing coming up. I think, like I talked about earlier, the Stephanie actually made us a nice little hyperlink here. So now if you just type in Berthoud EAB, it takes you right to our page. I think another huge thing is that I need to work on this now that it is becoming pretty relevant. It does have some information, might need to be cleaned up a little bit here about our treatment program, and then the actual Emerald Ash Borer Management Plan. This was from 2020, and this was written by the previous tree advisory committees with Josh Embry, the past forester. So I've been combing through this a lot lately. A lot of it is actually what we have been doing, what we it's pretty standard response. So nothing too crazy, but I've been combing give some updates on, our management plan has changed slightly, or the parameters, are kind of changing. And, yeah, just if there's any out-of-date data, anything like that. But also, this is I think it's like a 22-page document, so a little much for just the average person to sit down. So I think just having all of the, the quick information right here, what people need to know, would be great. And one of the things I spotted is we've got this little flip through slideshow. But and that's all great that it shows the Beetle and the galleries and all that stuff. But as I was talking with Stephanie, I'm like, no one's ever going to see any of this. you would be lucky to actually find a beetle or a
And
beetle
you should
land on
do
you. And
one
unless
with
you're
ash trees, like, like how to identify it.
exactly,
stuff like
that's
that.
the kind
Well,
of
there's
stuff
a-
you need in
We
there.
had a really good handout at Oktoberfest. It was two-sided.
Yeah.
That was,
No, I learned
Yeah.
things.
I thought that was really good.
And I wish people were taking notes.
I don't know if I have.
When
that
do you
or
want
not.
our comments?
Brought
by?
anything, I left something.
Just
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
question.
it's
Kind
like,
of an action plan.
whenever I can fit it
For
in, but I'm
Brooklyn.
trying to
Yeah.
hurry along and get that updated. So, by the end of the year, I don't know, get this all formatted out and looking a little bit nicer.
With the signs of the emerald ash borer on this webpage, is that something that we could potentially utilize for a citizen science program, or is it so iffy that it would be limited utility?
The tough thing about spotting for EAB here in town is that the very initial symptoms you see are very very closely reminiscent of drought stress. So when I've seen a lot of trees that I'm like, oh, that tree's got it for sure. But then you look at the lawn and it's like it's an unirrigated lawn, and usually it's in a backyard, something I can't take my bucket truck and check on. But yeah, I've seen a lot of trees that just look like that, and basically the first symptom is like a thinning canopy, and that is also, that could just be a drought stress tree. So, but as the symptoms get more advanced and they start to colonize more of the tree, you might actually see an exit hole down towards your head level, and then they start to do this. There's a much more apparent stress response that the trees do. It's called epichronic shooting.
Oh, yeah.
And this picture doesn't really do it justice. I've never really seen one sprouting that bad at the base of the trunk. Like that tree is probably 100% dead above. It's that bad, that low on the trunk. But you'll see like weird shoot growth, like exploding out of like say like really low on a branch, or like kind of where there's not necessarily a lot of growth. It'll just start shooting out these like kind of like water sprout looking gross weird places on the tree. And that's a little more like intermediate stage. And at that stage it's kind of like your tree's probably undergone a lot of damage to get there. Not worth saving, basically. But yeah, like this isn't all bad. There are some really good pictures. This is like initial. So I mean, like we see trees like that in Colorado all the time. Just like, oh, maybe we should water their tree more, but that could be the initial. And that's actually what the tree that we found the infestation on. It wasn't even to this stage yet. It was actually just the kind of it was actually in the middle of a patio, a little paver patio, and then it wasn't an irrigated lawn or anything. So if I walked up and just looked at it, I'd be like, yeah, you can water your tree a little more, but yeah. I mean, it probably dual action like drought stress, and then maybe probably moved in pretty quick after that.
Were there any other untreated ashes in that same vicinity?
I actually went on a little scouting mission today to look around the only place I really can. This is our public works building, and actually there's I think the town owns a big chunk of this land just behind it, and I know there's like a lot of naturalized just about everything in this little strip of trees right here, and so that was the closest area I could think of that I could, just readily go up and access. I was able to find one green ash, and I looked over it as best I could from the ground, but it did not look like it was infested. I know of a couple more in this area, but I'm gonna definitely start scouting a little bit in this area a little more heavily and where I'm allowed to see if I can't dig up, maybe any kind of potential signs of where it's spreading, basically, or where it's not just a single point, especially if it was that far along with how many exit holes I was able to find on it. It's probably been there for a little while.
So if the goal, so what's the goal? Is it to find it? Like we already know it's kind of here. Like is the goal for people to like be aware of it and now treat? Like know they have an ash and treat, or remove? Like is that our goal? Like what's our goal?
I think that's a great conversation to have, and that is one thing I tried to stress in all of my media was that it's been talk and it's been very hypothetical up to this point, but now it's like it's time to think about
But that one handout I liked because it was like a decision tree.
Yeah,
And it had,
I like
is this
that.
a yes? Then go here. If it's a no, go here. And it was very well laid out and very. I thought that was pretty well done. People just need to know what the decision points are.
And we've been bringing those to events since.
Yeah.
Those were all ordered by Josh. We've been bringing those
Yeah,
since
waits on them
2020,
for a while.
And I still have stacks.
We
of
should
them.
stand at the street corners and start handing them out.
Well, and it's one thing
For Halloween.
it's one thing to just hand somebody.
It's a-
I know.
pamphlet,
Yeah.
but, it's just
Egg your
you have
house.
an ash and you should take this like right now. But outside of that, some interesting advice from the other town foresters that have dealt with it, and actually the Colorado State Forest Service. I was asking them about. I've heard a lot about. So basically, this chemical that we're using to treat the trees is on the label. It says it's only good for 2 years. So that's why we have A and B rotation. It's a 2-year thing. But she shared with me a study, and a lot of the other towns are actually implementing a 3-year rotation.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I've heard about it back when we didn't have it, and I don't want to start like it's weird now that we have it. Now I'm starting to think more about a 3-year rotation. But the only downside to a 3-year rotation is in heavy infestations. What I've been told is that the beetle can possibly get into like trees where maybe the product has moved all through the tree, and it might incur a little bit of damage from a little bit of feeding, but then in the 3rd year it's just back up again and it's good. So in those 3rd years you might get a little bit of tip death. It'll manifest in the canopy as just small shoot dieback, but and that also comes with the implication that they are dealing damage to the cambium. That is probably irreversible damage. That then we start to talk about like I don't know, like how many years of in 3-year increments, how many little tiny feedings will actually bring down the tree.
Yeah.
But like I kind of mentioned earlier with the cost share program, the 3-year rotation would spread out those costs. One rotation is pretty close to using that $45,000. The other one's a little low, but they are now operating very nicely within that budgeted amount. But if we spread it out to a 3-year rotation, we could open up a little more money. And if it's something that the town did as a cost share, that leftover money, it might be something that we could find room to open up to cost share.
Yeah, because at the Oktoberfest in Hannah, we were talking with somebody, private or resident, who said they were having theirs treated, but on a 3-year rotation. So yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
I've heard that for a while since I've taken over this position, and I've just always gone by the label in the face of like the knocking at our gates, but like, it's, I've even heard 4 years in some of these studies. It referenced like a 4-year rotation. But again, in that 3rd and 4th year, you're talking about they might get in a little bit, but once that 3rd year hits and the treatment gets in the tree, it kills all the beetles, and and it just resets it and gets it back on. And yeah, so it's possible we could try something like that, just to spread out the coverage a little further. But again, I think with like be worth a pilot program. Maybe I could convince in budget talks to just set aside, not even a lot, like $5,000 for a cost share, and see if it really is a hit. And if that tops out in, by March or May, kind of the start of treatments for the year, or I guess it'd probably be more the end of summer. But if that gets like resounding, feedback and success and use, then maybe it'd be worth it to like see how we can fit it in a more stable system within the budget to really spread out that treatment.
So what are you thinking on the outreach to, private homeowners that have these ash trees? How important is that to you? And how much do you think you really want to do or can do?
I was actually thinking about that today, because in both of these programs we already do door hangers to basically almost every resident that has ash trees in town. It wouldn't take much more to just put together a pamphlet of like, hey, front or back or right away, whatever. You could probably tell if somebody's got one in their backyard, maybe in their front or their right away. But we could just walk around with pamphlets and maybe just door hang as like a, hey, EAB has been spotted. We noticed you have an ash tree on your property. Just like a heads up, just not even like you need to do something about it. It's just like just thought you should know, kind of pamphlet
That's a
where,
great idea.
and we could
Yeah,
include
that's a good start.
signs. We could include links back to the forestry page.
Mhm.
Kind of got a little sidetracked, but another thing I've been meaning to do with the forestry page here is our licensed arborist services. I've been meaning to go through all 27 of these companies and see which ones offer treatments, and find some way to give them like a designation that they do treatments, so it can kind of streamline people to
Yeah.
the actual like companies that offer those. And then I thought about maybe being able to like separate that out and then be able to provide that list on this EAB page on our website.
Yeah.
So again, more of a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Kind of
They
like,
would probably appreciate that
worried,
too.
you got a handout, somebody told you you got an ash.
It's a direct link.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boom.
I like that.
And like I showed you, now it's just berthoud.org/EAB, and it takes you right here. So super easy link. We probably don't even have to make a QR code or anything like that.
Can you add like the decision tree type guidance on the website somewhere? So
Yeah.
like say like yes, I think we need to inform people and then leave it up to them, but like link them back to the website where they can decide what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think including more of those, and those are just Colorado State Forest Service.
Yeah.
Right,
handouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good information.
Yeah.
So I can probably definitely snag those and find some way to host them on our webpage somehow, even if it's an image or a download or something.
Yeah, and then the vendors. Like I think that's perfect.
Yeah, and yeah, like I mean, kind of going back to this map, why that's not such a crazy undertaking is because it's actually interesting. You can probably see which developments
Yeah.
were built after 2012 because they stopped
Yeah.
they stopped selling ash trees in 2012 in Colorado. So really, it's these like 3 areas that still have ash trees. So it's really not that much. Honestly, in the scope of things, Berthoud is kind of in like the perfect stage of growth where it can probably very resiliently handle EAB. Towns like
Oh, man.
You know, I
I've probably
really
climbed it.
they had somewhere in like the tens of thousands of ash.
Oh my god.
And it's like, where do you begin? You know,
Yeah.
and how do you convince not only the people but the town administration like this is going to be a huge problem? But I think because this town has already taken it pretty seriously, we have a pretty manageable amount of ash, and that Berthoud kind of developed halfway through EAV to where a lot of these new neighborhoods don't have ash. It is a very manageable population. I mean, still down here, that's about 900 ash trees here in town, but still manageable.
Do you- Do you have a tree that you recommend for if people want to do a replacement?
Maples, right?
Yeah, more of the Rocky Mountain or
Yeah, I like the cat one.
No, sugar maple.
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering if there was something.
Elm
As
have
soon as
been
you do
mentioned.
that and they die, then they're going to blame you
Oh,
for.
yeah.
Also, I'm sure the neighborhood has like restrictions. Like I think my
Well, the
neighborhood,
town
you
has
can only, yeah, and the
Yeah.
town does too.
that's a big thing. I always ask, you know, whoever I'm talking to, I'm like, what neighborhood do you live in? Kind of clock if they're in like a HOA or not. And then like, yeah, one of my big things is like, you should check with your HOA first. 'Cause I don't want to tell you to plant this tree, and then your HOA is going to be like, no. You know,
Not
so
allowed.
that, you know, all my recommendations, just make sure you can actually do that with your HOA first. But I actually don't always give out the same recommendations every single time, because I think that's how we fall into a situation like this, where if I'm out there, the Kentucky coffee tree campaigner, you know, just like telling everybody they should go with this one tree, that's how we end up in a situation like this. And I think that's what's been beneficial about not having a go-to town-sponsored tree, you know, good tree list, is that leaving it open-ended has people bringing in interesting varieties and not really, you know, pigeonholing the whole conversation to a list of 10 trees that, you know, then get overplanted. And, you know, I'm looking at all these honey locusts in town, and
There are a few.
it's only a matter of time before, you know, something else comes.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, we're not that monocultured, but you know, and if you look at let's look at honey locust alone, we have 1,000 in town.
What neighborhood do you think has like the most diverse like representation? 'Cause that would be a good place to send people of like, see what you like there. Look at the inventory.
Yeah, I would consider a diverse like selection actually being stuff that I would not see anywhere else. But like,
True.
but planted on a large scale, that's hard. You might find a couple niche
Like a good
Like-
representation.
Well, you
Yeah.
could say
Well,
send
see-
them to the arboretum.
Yeah, exactly. That's where.
Pioneer Park has a decent diversity. If you walk
I
around
was.
the edge.
Yeah.
They have the most
They actually-
beautiful trees.
I
Yeah.
was actually thinking Mary's Farm, but honestly, the closer you look, it's like the same 5 trees on repeat.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
no.
like, it's a nice neighborhood, but like,
There's a lot of.
but you know, that's not to say that some people might have some nice stuff in their front yard or backyard. There is definitely a good biodiversity there. But I guess I would still say Mary's Farm, because it's not only like a diverse thing, diverse neighborhood. It's just like, okay, yeah, if we did remove all the honey locusts from this neighborhood, that's a lot. Like, the whole thing about planting these is that we don't lose 15% of our urban
Yeah.
canopy overnight, or with the next thing that comes in. When something rolls in like EAV and 15% of your tree canopy is at threat, it's not that big of a deal. It's a little more easy to take those losses. But yeah, I mean, that is an interesting perspective of, if we barely have 900 ash trees, but we're already getting at honey locust is one of the more overplanted ones here in town.
Locust. People are asking
I don't
recommendations.
Even Kentucky coffees were up there.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's in front of my house.
Yeah, because everybody's got big on them.
Linden's is, we don't have that designation for like, I mean, I guess we do, but I mean, Linden's,
Mm-hmm.
that looks like near 1,000 different Lindens.
You know where's a good diversity? The tree streets. Funny enough, they've got a lot of deciduous and
Like the streets named after trees.
yeah,
Yeah.
cedar, maple, evergreen.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so that's why I kind of don't like to. I actually deliberately try to give a different recommendation every time.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
don't.
smart.
I don't want to, yeah, again, be out there campaigning for Kentucky coffee trees. They are pretty cool, but like, if I'm telling everybody to plant them, and, you know, in no
They
time
take
we-
forever too to be nice.
So yeah. Other stuff on EAB. There, the past town forester used to trap for EABs. We still have the old traps upstairs in our shop, but he honestly never taught me about them. I kind of looked into bringing them back out, and it was kind of a weird thing where it's like we kind of know it's not here, so putting out traps, I don't know, might give us like a year or two jump on treating, but also we were treating, so it's like, whether we find them or not, I think the response is already there, basically. But these are the two types of traps that we have in our shop, and really why it'd be good to pull them out now is put some close to the initial tree.
Be very visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
visible.
That's
And, but yeah, also sampling. You know, I would
Yep.
maybe expect to see one in a trap placed up north, but like down south of town. Like, now that it is here,
Why not?
monitoring
Maybe,
population.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and you could do like a Facebook post about it or something. Like, you see these, but I think this comes back to like what the goal is. Is it to like now find it, like, or should we just have everyone expect like it's here? Now you have to do something about it, or you have to like, I don't know.
I think now's the time when people with ash trees need to be asking themselves
Yeah.
that question.
I agree.
I even had, I can't remember exactly how it was questioned, but somebody was like asking like, how much time do you think I have? Like almost basically asking, how many more years can I wait out before I have to treat my tree? And it's just like, no, like,
No.
like,
No. Yeah.
A year ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe that's the goal, is to really
Yeah.
convey the urgency that you need to respond now.
Yeah.
Or
And the
make a choice.
education.
Yeah, make the choice. Yeah.
And you know, talking the language everybody's gonna understand, money, and like maybe I could do some mock removal quotes.
Basically, yeah, that's what I was
Ooh,
going
good
to suggest.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, just-
As opposed to treatment costs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think a cost comparison would be
Exactly.
something people might
Right.
be doing on their own if they got quotes. So like show like, okay, a one-time removal of a technical removal like in a backyard over your house and over your neighbor's house, pretty expensive compared to treating.
Yeah.
On a 3-year cycle.
That's a
I
really
don't know if you
good
could put that
idea.
on the website or
Yeah.
something too.
At some
Yes.
point they're going to interact, but like hopefully you're looking at like
Right.
20 years.
20 years, you know, a good tree instead of like,
I think that'd be really good information to get out there right now.
Well,
Even to the HOAs, because like they're always choosing what's the most cost effective over what's necessarily the most environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
So I think that would be helpful.
well, the tough thing here is that I think the outreach might have to be a little more grassroots rather than
Yeah, home to
HOA
home.
because, like I said, I think a lot of the only, I think this neighborhood might have an HOA, and I don't know about this one either. This one might.
Mary's Farm doesn't.
Yeah, Grace Farm doesn't.
I
know
don't
if
think
this
that one does.
But Matthew's farm, or no, Collins Farm, they do.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And these are so small. Like honestly, I just tell people. But, to be honest, I mean, yeah, and a part of that decision tree is like, is it small?
You know,
I mean, it sucks to vouch for a tree to get removed, but it's like if it's a 10-inch tree, you're going to spend a whole lot less in,
Removing it.
removing it now, and replacing it, and hopefully getting a tree up to size, rather than that tree's going to outgrow you, and looking at treatments every 3 years that are only going to get more expensive, just based on size,
Size,
let
yeah.
alone costs. And like, to be honest, I would level with these people. Like, you might be better off just removing it. Now these more like stately ones over here in this side of town, I'd be like, okay,
that's,
somebody's
yeah, they'd
getting-
have to make that decision.
like the only tree on their property is ash. 10, 20 plus diameter ash trees. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's a lot either way you look at it, treatments or removals. But yeah, I think really just, I think really having people ask that question. Maybe a lot of people are way more ahead of the curve than I assume, but maybe if we do some kind of door hanger campaign for these specific houses that have an ash tree, I would hope that maybe people are like, oh yeah, already on it, throw it away. But I think for the benefit of some people, maybe like, oh, I didn't know, and then kind of get on.
Yeah, I think Hannah had a great idea about identifying them. So I get, meet people time to time, and it's, what kind of tree is this? They've been living there for, 5 years or more, and you don't know what kind of tree they have.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the first stage anyway, right?
I think I could do a little better on the, this, again, it's like tucked away in this 20-page document, but there is some identification pages. I think it'd be nice to have, like, again, all 4 of these pictures aren't really super useful. But I think having pictures of ash, pictures of, like, initial symptoms and all that stuff would be much more useful there. But also, one thing I was able to share to the group of trustees was I filtered out all of the ash tree in a quick link that I could link. So instead of people like maybe getting to here and they're like, okay, now what? It's a link that you click on and it automatically sorts this so that they might go find their house and be like, oh wow, I have 3 ash trees in front of my house. It might not help them with their backyard, but what else it might do is, like, if somebody's not 100% certain, maybe they could walk to their nearest ash tree and look at it and figure it out. Direct them to their nearest ash tree to maybe look at the bark, look at the leaves, and all that stuff. And, but yeah, on top of that, I think definitely providing leaves and buds and bark pictures would be helpful.
I think let's start with identification, education, because these people might end up like banding together and like getting a better quote for treatment or something. Like, but they're not going to get there unless they know what they have.
We discussed before too the the vendor, the contractor that you use who does the treatments, if they would be willing to maybe do a slight discount or something for, because I know people on 7th Street, I think, they have 2 in the right of way and they also have 1 in their backyard. And that company were in the same property or in the same block, it might be cost advantageous to them to do that at the same time.
Yeah, I'll have to double check that that's not like an appropriate thing to ask for, but see, maybe it's worked into the contract where like they can offer any resident that they're going to be treating a 10% discount or something to like help the people.
Yeah.
But it is
come
knocking
back and
out
forth.
more work
Yeah.
in the same trip. And also, maybe talking with a couple of the contractors who have won this, see if that's something that they could even, swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could take those hits.
That, or like at the very least, if getting them to offer discounts is usually something that I'd find pretty easy. But even if not, just like actually, and I hate to say this, but actively soliciting people to like, hey, we're here, we're doing this. Saw an ash tree in your yard, like, it would be nice if we had some help from them or some outreach at that time as well.
It'd be so sad if all those trees were not there. Just seeing that.
Are we pretty much done with Emerald Ash Borer for now?
Well,
Not
it's-
forever, for a long time.
What I was going to mention, one other thing that maybe some education on it, that not every borer on an ash tree is an emerald ash borer, because I don't know how many different kind there are, but
Yeah. As I've been,
don't want to cutting down a nice tree
Yeah.
because it's got some holes in it.
I know this is actually really useful. I just don't think a lot of people dive this deep into it, but it has a whole page on ash boring insects that have pictures of their larvae. A couple different ones. And actually, to tie it into that other comment about soliciting is a lot of what I've seen here in town is that people have been using EAB as like a hot word, like a buzzword, to upsell people on treatments. And like up until now, when people have asked for a second opinion, I've gone out and like, yeah, I mean, there's been a couple boring holes on your tree, but none of them are EAB. And yeah, they're just someone's using the hot topic of the current events and upselling this person. And like, yeah, it's nice that they're getting their tree treated, but maybe they didn't need to be.
Yeah,
Kind
exactly.
of just getting worked over by the salesman there. But now, I mean, yeah, that would be nice a little bit. Because now it is a thing. Used to, it wasn't in town. Now it is. So those kind of like those contractors make starting that conversation with a homeowner much more
Yeah,
viable and accurate conversation.
yeah, or to get somebody out there who can identify it before you think you're having on the hook for $5,000 or something.
So I've written down good to step up identification and outreach on our website. I'll check in. I'll write for that EAB treatment contract. Make a follow up on that. I don't know if we got a post out with Stephanie, but I can double check to see if we got anything out there. But yeah, that's a kind of another thing by Birth It's Nice is that even an outreach program like this isn't going to be exhaustive or crazy intensive to take on. It can be done over the winter. Really not that bad. If it was like literally the most thorough one where we go door to door and if they have an ash tree on their property, it really would not take that long. So there's a lot of ways to approach it.
Door hanger, newspaper, Facebook. You can get most of the town.
Okay.
But yeah.
Just gonna grab her hook out.
Yeah, Kathy's running a tight ship.
Oh, come on.
No,
Well, this
for
is
the
an
good,
important
for
topic,
everyone's
and
good.
I didn't want to shut it down and we had some good ideas. I think this is a very worthwhile.
I knew this was going to be a little long.
Yeah, no, and that's great because it needs attention. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
definitely.
a huge number of trees, so it's like, yeah, and it should be on the agenda for the next 3 meetings, 3 or 4, 12 meetings. Who knows? A lot of meetings.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's great that the past tree advisory is I know they work tirelessly, like, I mean, almost every meeting.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a thing then. Like, they were just preparing the town, so like, yeah, I think.
5 years ago, I heard about what was going on with the AV in the Front Range. But do you want to do a staff report?
I do have calendar progress. It's very short, so don't worry about that.
I'm not worried. We've got all the time.
So yeah, really, just the, setting that Arbor Day date. Oh, thing for our new members is like, that's another big thing that the tree advisory is a thing for, is, we are big proponents of hosting the town's Arbor Day celebration.
We've been a Tree City for 42.
Yeah, and we, Berthoud has been a tree city for, 42 years, and, being a town with a tree advisory committee is a big proponent of that recognition. So, you guys are like serving on that and also helping us keep that going, basically. And I can talk more about that in other meetings, about our growth award, and because that's also coming due in December. But yeah, we can talk about that some other time. But anyway, on the calendar, I did send it off to the designer, and I think I got it pretty well laid out. I'm not switching it up too much from the last year's design. Just the weird switch up will be that'll be 1 picture per month instead of 3. But like color, I think the layout, and then I gave her a list of important dates, and we'll just roll with that and call it good. I think we'll still incorporate that QR code that links into our town's our monthly tree care tips and all that. I think that'd be good. Might be worth doing a little thing about EAB, maybe in EAB months.
Mm.
May, I should write that down. May, June, July, August, September. But otherwise, it's in the hands of the designer right now, and then she's designing it to the quotes we got from the printer, so exact size and all that stuff. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on maybe when we get a draft back, and then I think we're still good timing wise to get something back kind of late December. So
Did we get any feedback from potential sponsors?
so why I just haven't pursued that too much is like, honestly, we have enough money in the budget to at least print what we had last year, and not need sponsors, at least with the quotes I got. So I figured we got about 250 printed last year, and with the designer and the printing, it will fit in with what I've got left in education and the tree advisory's 1,500. So it fits nicely this year, but next year we could look into that and going bigger. Yeah, I think we should talk about that after April next year, because I got a little discouraged with the amount we got back this year, and I hope it's just not like a weird kind of. I don't know.
For the plan.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Well, we have a science teacher now, though, so
Yeah.
that might help with the.
Well, I'm thinking, when Rick and I took around the calendars to the different places in Berthoud, a lot of people, the businesses are just like thrilled to have those to give away.
Yeah.
I think they'd be delighted to be a sponsor and have it like
Agree.
a blurb on the calendar. So let's wait till next year. I don't think it's this year, but I think it's possible. Totally.
Yeah, and use that other budget money for something different.
EAB.
Yeah, true.
Probably need it next year.
Donut. He's saying donuts.
For the EA.
The costume.
Yeah.
I'll bring cookies. Okay.
But good advice I got from Stephanie about sponsors was like tree care and maybe local nurseries and stuff.
Yep.
instead of maybe more like the beat town
Huh.
and you know, like,
I hear you.
yeah, more stuff that might direct them to stuff we're trying to.
Even Northern Water.
Yeah, exactly. You know, all stuff that matches our message. And if that all falls through, then yeah, we can go with the usual,
Got it.
like Rise
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd be happy with that, but
Got it. I like that.
Actually, that's a good idea for the calendar to place is Northern Colorado Water. We didn't take anything there, I don't think, did we?
I don't know how much public traffic
Well,
Yeah.
they have their garden.
Demonstration
do?
garden there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know how busy they are.
Anything else?
Quick
I
staff
thought
report.
you gave it.
no.
Oh, do it.
I- well,
For
I
new
don't-
members, we usually don't go this long.
I know.
Yeah,
Usually new members are
Pass
pretty
back,
busy.
yeah.
We usually
Like
don't have a lot, but yeah.
Normally done at like 6:30.
Yeah. I don't have any cool pictures this
Don't?
month. I kind of dropped the ball on getting some pictures, but in October we planted 26 new trees, 10 at the White Park,
Nice.
7 at Hillsdale, 5 at Wagner. Other locations include Berthoud Parkway and 10th. We actually tried 2 apricots, so that'll be cool to keep your eyes out for.
I have a friend who's got an apricot that's done really well.
Yeah,
Believe it or
they're
not.
great.
Yeah, not, and it's weird that we're doing them on parkways, but apricots aren't really known for fruiting around here, but they are known for being very resilient for just a tree in Colorado. So we're more banking on that they're just going to be a good resilient tree, and then if we get some apricots in here, that's cool. We did a root placement at the First Street roundabout. We added one at the Pioneer right away reservoir, and then my guys have been just kind of replacing perennials around town, just as we've been in the planting swing of things. The step trees were a part of those plantings. This year it was white oaks, and we did one at Hillsdale, one at the Wagner Recreation Center, one at Pioneer, and one at the bike park. So kind of spreading them out to a bunch of different environments that might be representative of Colorado. A little bit of tree pruning along the Nielsen Greenway Trail, just like clearance pruning, nothing too crazy. And then the spotting and the outreach kind of not a lot of pictures. I think my guys have been more focused on planting 26 trees. 26 is all they did this month. I think they're up to 60 this year.
Wow.
So yeah, they've just been churning and burning and trying to plant as many as they can. And so I don't blame them for not taking the pictures. They're out, trying to
Their hands are dirty.
trying to get through a lot of trees. So yeah, it's been a good month for planting. Planting season is wrapping up though, so we're working on blowouts and next thing will be tree wrap. So
And downtown's been looking really
Yeah.
nice too.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
nicely.
Got a lot of compliments this summer about the plantings and the planters on Main Street. Good. People said, "What is this tulip he put in there?"
Well, yeah, I got high hopes that next year's going to be bigger and better for Main Street as well. So
We're ready to adjourn?
I'm good.
Okay. Our next meeting will be November 17th at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
That was a good discussion on EAB. We really
See what
Yeah.
you're in for the next 2 years.
We usually wrap it up in 45 minutes to
Yeah.
an hour.
I think this is the longest meeting we've had.
Only been talking about it, dreaming about it.
Yeah, I know.
Love that.
It's your gavel next time.
You did a really nice
Did you not?
Yeah, I did. Yep. Do you want to ride?
I have some Robert Louis Water.
Yeah, I'll take a ride. I'm gonna check and see if Weston's meeting was today.
And I actually had to look up how to do the nomination.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't know that. I would have known.
Probably
Oh,
not.
yeah.
That was my